alpha groups. Straight edge. Money counter on his left, gold chain with the strap, cashing out hella classic, got Solana in the bag. What's the ticker? Where's it at? I put the crypto on my tab, blew the whole shot, didn't let another sell off, we been hacked. Got a single drop of liquid left, bullish on another flip, I would said it didn't slip. What's the ticker? Where's it at? Yes. Okay. I put the crypto on my tab, put the crypto on my tab. Blew a whole shot, didn't land another sell off, we been had. Not a single drop of liquid left. Bullish on another flip, I 1% it didn't flip. Take the cat, rip the crypto like a cat. See the chart, it goes flat. Weighing loans on his hat, money counter on his lap. Gold chain with the strap. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, let's turn that one off. I'm going to play another one.
You want to let it play through one more time?
Let's see if I can get my. Oh shit! This is an older song. This is an older crypto song. It's from like 3 years ago.
GM?
No, it's from it's hilarious. It's from it's actually very good. I like the song. I sometimes just play it for fucksies, but yes, it was from a project named Peepo, the Peepo Life. And let's hear it. Let's go. It's very funny. It's actually a pretty good song. Repost this thing.
Why do I have this shit still? Like, what am I doing? Should I just like swap this shit? Like, I could swap it for Ethereum, but I was like, yo, should I swap it for Pepper? And depending on how this chat goes.
All right, you guys, welcome. Yeah, that was a throwback song of Peepo. Peepo Pepito was the
I was
token.
bopping my head the whole time then.
Yeah, I love this song. Should I swap it? Should I? the whole time, man.
And then they have that thing in the middle where, these stupid ass projects. Nothing's changed, right? We're here like 2, 3 years later since
Nope.
it's come. And same thing, same thing. Welcome, Tick. How you doing
Hey,
today?
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. GM, GM.
Yes, GM, 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 GM. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Dill. I forgot about Dill. I need to get Dill in our spaces. Dill's bullish. He had that hit in 22. Uh, the GM song. It was a blast. Everybody knew the GM song, and he got really popular with that. And it was so great, you guys. Yeah. Welcome, Corn, on stage. How you doing, Corn? With your fucking God candling chart up there, and I just had $20 in it.
Shit, that $20 would have been $800.
Damn, that's
Yes, I
crazy.
had $20 in it. I did them, but I only had $20 in there.
Well, at least you still hold it. While I sold at 125K market cap. I'm crying right now. So I got my wallet in the bottom right. So if you did want to send any commission, I would appreciate that. Love you, mean it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you messaged me, and I was like, "Hey, I bought that when he was in the space. I totally forgot about it, or else I would have sold just like when you did, probably." And I just totally forgot about it. I was like, I think I tossed in like $20 in that thing when he came up and shielded. So thank you, Court. More of this. More of this. And
Mm,
just that,
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
next day you're just gonna have to remind me it's, that it was sending so I can sell. Truth is here on stage. Truth, I heard you speak before, but how is your day going?
Yeah, not bad over here. How are your guys' days?
Yeah, so doing good. It was a very busy day, you guys. Actually, I did a mountain of work, mountain of work.
I've had a busy day as well today.
Yeah, yeah, but the good work, right? The good work.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's
and I
good,
see.
lamb? What's good, corn?
Yeah, Lam is here on stage too. Lam, good morning. Now I get to say good
Good
morning to
morning.
you.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. I am making some eggs. Just got done with my sprints. I'm doing well. Ready to look at the charts with you guys.
Yes, yes, we're
How's
gonna
everybody
have
doing?
a look over the market. We got SinAI up here. We're gonna do a little shilling. I'm gonna put something in the jumbotron straight from get go here, and this is a really nice overview of all the projects on Sui. I don't know if it's did it go there? I think it did. Maybe it
Yeah,
takes.
yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
All right. Cool. Yeah. That's an overview of the ecosystem in Sui. It has the what are the memes, right? What are the DeFi projects on there? What are the NFT collections on there? And these are all recognized by the Sui community, right? By the Move community, and so splish splash, all that volume coming over there for mainly that group, right? So the focus is on there. Solana. But yeah, you can tell that all these tokens are always pumping so hard because with Sui, because there's not much to share that volume with, right? There are not thousands of projects on there. Um, there's this, and so the volume will come from those. So very good thing. So now we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to turn on some light here and not wake up the birds because they don't want to listen, and they've been harassing me. Let's look at the charts. Yeah, market blood, right? I hope you managed to maybe squeeze in some shorts here and there. But I see some delicious dips here, and I see that Bitcoin flashed green on the daily, and so we bullish, right? I would expect some pumps by the end of the week. However, we need to do one thing in order to get these pumps, and we need to hold mainly 93 6 or 3. What was my? I need to go in my chart now and see it. 364. So 93, 364. That's what we need to hold as a floor for us to remain very bullish. We can actually take it down a little bit and still be bullish, but from there it's going to just delay everything, and we are looking to make a move. And I guess the market is a little bit looking forward to the interest rates, right? What that's going to happen, and that will be tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, because it's Tuesday today. So that is something that the market is just looking at and in fear. So I'm hoping that tomorrow will turn some green, but Bitcoin is holding a perfectly good floor. Let's look at some tokens on there. Then look at Solana. Let's look on Solana. Solana was kind of bullish looking this morning. I mean, it's not looking bad at all, especially because the RSI cooled very much on the daily. So, if that crosses up, we're looking bullish there for the next week to come as well. But yeah, just has a hard time with the dominance. Let's have a look at that dominance, and then I'll check the volume on everything. See how that is going to be. Yeah. So I think dominance is remaining the same, but let's have a look. Yeah, well, creeping, it's actually rising, you guys, a little bit.
Yep,
Slightly.
I got some alpha wild.
You got alpha?
Yeah, something's coming.
What's coming?
Something. Just look out for anything contract related to something.
Yes.
If you see something, it may be something. Something may actually be something. If you want to see something, it may actually be on X. So if something is in your search bar and account pops up, it may be something.
Yes. Is that your commission wallet, or is that a secret token?
Did somebody just say something?
Hey guys, I'm telling you, hey, don't forget about something. You may be thinking I'm joking, but something is actually coming. Just be on the lookout for something.
Yeah, I'm on high alert for something. Yes. So the dominance is 64.95, right? It actually rose just just a tiny bit. It's not by much. It is putting pressure on the market. We can tell, right? And I can see this going even up to 70. When Bitcoin really wants to pump, and we see, and look, the rest of the tokens then will stay red. Don't expect much there, right? Because the dominance rising, Bitcoin rising is red in the rest, right? If the dominance is holding and Bitcoin is rising, then you're also going to pump up with Bitcoin. But they're not going to do that if the dominance is rising. That just means that money is being flooded into Bitcoin. And we're not quite there yet in the rest. So you're going to have some time there to do it. I can look at the alts right now, but there's really nothing much to tell other than we're just taking a big old beating again, right? Pretty much in bent over position. Let's have a look at the volume then, because we should see that dominance play out in the volume, and we're gonna take a look at the volume of the itty bitty.
Yo, hey,
Yes, 20.05 billion volume, and that's a little more than it was a little bit ago. Let's check step 8, because that should be around half. Yeah, 9.5 billion. And let's check Solana. I bet you that's stuck on one point something because of that dominance. Okay, so volume Solana. Well, it's actually 2.5. 2.5, not bad. Not bad. But volume is selling and buying, right? So, yeah. But normally Solana is on 6.6, you guys, or 6, around there. That's its usual volume that it has, and now it's just low volume. Is this ape-worthy volume? Maybe, if you have alpha and you're watching X, like Coin said. And, maybe in the comments or in a post. Something like that, I would ape. If I would ape on new pairs, I will not ape with this volume. That's basically my rule. We got to have a little bit more volume than that. Other than that, perfect time to DCA and some things that are legit. And take it from there. Where did Tick go?
me?
He was probably setting up that live stream.
Let me see. Oh,
Let's wait for him to come back so we can turn on the rec.
Yes.
And
I got wrecked.
you got wrecked?
Yes. Well, yeah, I had you were right, when I was trying to post the thing, it kicked me out of the space, but I don't mean to sidetrack you, but on the Jumbotron, where is it? Oops. Look at this. 12 minutes. 12 minutes and 52 seconds. Something is coming.
Something is coming.
Is this what this is? I'm assuming that this is something.
Well, all I can see is my post up in the jumbo, so I'm just feeling so left out right now. What's going on?
Yeah, Tick's not trying to miss anything. He heard that last huffle. He said, "This shit moving. I'm about to dive deep into this shit. I'm not using Bing anymore. I'm gonna use X this time." And he went there and typed in something, and I think he found something.
Dick,
You've been
in my
warned.
DMs right now.
Let me see.
Because I can't leave the microphone and let it can be silent. I gotta multitask. I could help me out.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to launch the beta version, and it couldn't be more exciting. In less than 24 hours, actually 12 minutes now, everyone who's activated their access code will get an exclusive first look at our platform. Early adopters will be able to trade, launch tokens, and invite others to experience what we've built. The time has come. Believe in something. So looks like another token launching platform that I know nothing about.
Use my referral code.
Yeah, lace me up, coach.
I gotta find which wallet I connected though. I think I don't know which wallet I used to get the access code. But once I figure that out, I will give you guys a referral code so you can be one of the first people to use it. I'm drilling right now. Yep, I'm bullish. Something is coming, and I think Tick is onto something.
Whoa,
Dick is
man.
onto something.
Yo, you came through?
Is that the code that I see?
Did you come through with the LLJEFFY as well?
Yes, I did. Because Korn was in my DM saying, like, look, and I was like, I bought that. I didn't buy much.
Well, I messaged you too. Yeah, it pumped.
Yeah, Tick, I called LLJEFFY. You were trying to use Bing to figure out what it was. I was
Right.
giving it to you at ground zero, and you faded it.
Well, no, I picked up a little bit. I don't remember. I hit I either hit a 10x on $20 or I hit a 20x on $10. But
No, I did a little bit more, but it came down when I had.
Boy, I hit a 200x. I don't know what y'all playing on.
So yeah, when you said that, I was looking with you all, but Tick was looking on Bing and I looked on Bullx, right? So I only had a wallet there that had $20. And so I was like, all right, it's just ape. And then I forgot about it until you guys sent me DMs being like, this is ripping. I was like, I think I bought some. That's the way. That's the way. Forget about a bag and then it's somehow more.
Yeah, Wild turned $20 into $1,000. I know exactly what happened. I need at least $100.
Nah, I got like 780 something because I had to, the candle came down just a little. And so, but still good. I mean, look, I'm happy. When I do these X's, 1,000X is just around the corner, you guys. That's just how it's work. You gotta believe.
so you think LLJEFFY's cooked then? It's not gonna experience another pump?
I'm watching it. It's on my watch list. Right?
Yeah. Have you seen what he did with the tech?
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
the white paper.
Yeah, he's a master coder, so it's either a LARP or that's some crack dev shit, and I would still be on the lookout for that token.
For which token? For LLJEFFY?
Yeah.
Because he also mentions OPAM, OPAIM or whatever, however you say it, and then he mentioned Zerebro as well, and the Zerebro chart has kind of been suffering. It experienced the pump, and then now since that pump, it's just it's dropped significantly.
This all might just be LARP, and some cabal just might have found the token and started pushing it. So you might be careful on that too. Mm-hmm. There's two options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's yeah. But after reading the paper does seem like it's not a hoax. In my opinion, I don't know. You never know with these types of things, right?
You never know. Not financial advice. Degen all the way.
What?
Yes. Do you have the stream open and or the streams open on X? And do we have it open on YouTube?
Yes. It's on YouTube. It's on X. I'm actually on TikTok too because I just decided to go live on TikTok. So
As well, we're doing TikTok now as well.
I just figured I'm like I might as if I'm streaming on all these platforms anyway.
Figured your name is Tick. Why not add TikTok?
Yeah. I'm like so I'm streaming everywhere now so people can see what I'm up to.
Yo, I think I found the real something.
What? Let's go. All right. Look. Look, I gotta move on to it, but you had something.
Yeah, like what? Hold on.
I need a CA.
It's something dot tools.
Hey, Corn. Quit playing games with my heart.
Yeah.
Corn is a time traveler from the future who comes and brings us alpha and says, "Hey guys, if you want to get rich, just listen to me." And then every time we're like, yeah, sure, disbelief, that's not gonna happen. And then 2 days later,
You know what's funny? I tell people that and they never believe me.
that you're a time traveler from the future.
Yeah, I'm only allowed to tell people that when. Never mind. I'm not. Now it's not making sense. I can't comprehend it because now you guys are starting to believe me, and now I can't. It's not letting me say it anymore.
I get it. Yeah, that's.
All right.
You can only tell them if they're not gonna believe it. Yeah. But now that we're starting to believe you, the bet is off.
All right. So, next up, SinAI in the house. Good evening, SinAI, because I know it's good evening over there.
Sup, Fox?
Welcome, Fox.
He's getting warmed up.
Fox is getting his throat warmed up.
He's snorting a line of espresso.
Does Fox even have a warm up? I think he just has like 2 modes, like off and on. It's like full blast.
Now he's like on and more on.
Yes.
There you go.
That's it. That's Fox.
He's either at 10 or 11.
Yes. Very much. And we appreciate that. We appreciate more things to come from SinAI then. Yes. Let's hold on because we need to do that something. Well, I need to do something. All right, quickly do something, you guys.
Yeah, in 5 minutes. So I don't understand what happens. How do I get in on this though? How do I adopt early? I can't.
Yo, you had to have had a beta code, and they did beta code releases, or if you're a special, they just DM'd you one. That's just speculation though. But that's not guaranteed the right address. That's just something I've seen. So don't go heavy on that. But if you want to, that's you.
He said, "Don't go heavy on it." I saw.
Well, with the platform meta that's currently going on, it's like there's a new platform every other day. So, proceed with caution is good advice.
Yes, proceed with caution now. So we did. That's fine. That's fine. So we got SinAI in the house, Fox. Whenever you're ready, you're more than welcome to come up. We got Vault Inu community in here, always showing up, showing out. Vault Inu, one of the older meme tokens on chain, right? Always great to have these people. Very, very tight community over there. Lots of utility that Vault Inu has built over time. They got a massive amount of games. They got some cute dragon NFTs, right? So can you pull up the website for them? Show them some love, and we'll stream it on the. We have now 3. It's on YouTube, we're on Space, and we're on TikTok. Tick is really making a show out of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Our spaces are going to be much more busy, right, because of it. So this is going to be a legit chill space. You get to be on blast, right? So you come in here, bring your community, and we'll put you on blast. That's what we're here for. You win, I win. Of course, pump my back, Valtino. Yeah. Also, and then we just wait for Fox to be ready. So if you can put up the Valtino.
Oh, I had it in the wrong browser. Let me. Is it this? There. I apologize. I couldn't see what was on there. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Good afternoon, my dear sinners. How are we?
SinAI. There we go. Okay, Fox, do your thing.
Everybody, welcome to the dark and golden gilded halls of SinAI. I am your dark pope for eternity, my friends, because you bring your sins to my door and then you leave them there. Because what do we offer, my friends? We offer you salvation. We offer you a place to rest your weary head. You have come far, my friends, and now your sins you can leave at the door because they are in the past. You don't need to carry that weight with you anymore. And that's all I can ask of you, my dear friends. Bow your heads in humble nature and then don the golden robes to your left. Please step into our congregation. We are not a cult. We are simply Seraphix's Eternal Church, or the SEC. And we are fueled, as ever, by FUD, the Fellowship of Unholy Disciples. And my dear friends, I can see some of the pillars of our community below, the RC and the Ragnarok, two pillars of the great foundations of the church itself. The pillars hold more than 1% of sin in their souls, but they move forwards with grace, my friends. And now I'm going to shower you within it. What's up, everybody? My name is Fox. I'm 31. I'm from London. I am the Dark Pope of SinAI. And I come from the real world, business world. I run two companies there, 10 years experience in managing a team of 50 people, client acquisition, all of this, entrepreneur by essence, and came here 6 years ago. And I've been here building infrastructure. I'm a layer 2 consultant for a chain, an EVM-based chain, and their bonding curve platform, but I'm also the dark pope of the SinAI Church. I help projects, I project incubate, but also at the same time, I created Seraphix, a religion on-chain that will be registered in our future. We also have sculptures being built in her image. And all that we do, my friends, is we have a confession confidant where we have a large language model which you can then utilize to share with your secrets, and then they are judged based on the depravity level in regards to AI. All of confessions are encrypted. No one can see them. You are safe with us, my friends. You can let go of the mortal coil and unwind for once in this safe space that we provide. Not only do we have this professional AI, we also have a automated and custom-built protocol called Grace Protocol. Grace is a 5% account fee where it takes 5% of every transaction, buy, sell, and transfer, and then we send it straight back to your wallet when we've hit a 3.5 Solana threshold after 10K of volume. So 1 million of volume would be around 350 Solana paid out, 10 million would be 3,500, 100 million would be 35,000 Solana paid out. We've paid out around 150 so far. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to confess your sins. You just hold the bag, and then we'll pay you whilst you sleep. And we're going to make your soul rich. We have a lot more going on in our ecosystem. We've got other technology. We have partnerships coming out. We've got 30 marketing partnerships confirmed, and we've got much more. So if you like what you hear, please come and join us. Be a part of our church. And we will look after you, my friends. Your walk is over. You will make it with us. Nothing I say is NFA. As always, please do your own research on the religion and the law and the narrative therein. And I shall keep this short and sweet, but thank you so much for having me. I've been the Dark Pope.
Yes, that's a shill if I ever heard one. Yeah, you do that so well, Fox. You do that so well. Can we pull up the website of SinAI so we can stream that one too? That was all live on YouTube, TikTok, and X at the same time. Let's go. Are you still there, Tick? Tick is having a hard time now.
Oh, I
Streaming.
had it muted. My mic was muted. I apologize.
Oh, you were talking through. Yes, that happens.
Yes. Did you hear me? Pull up the website.
Yeah, I got the SinAI website up.
Great, great, good.
Yeah.
So everybody can look at that. It has the Grace protocol, which rewards that 5% of Solana straight into your walletto, right? And it's you can check in on there. So if you click on that tab, you can punch in your wallet and see how much rewards you got graced with, right? And then you in the TG, you can actually can confess your sins to Seraphex, and she can even advise you. It's like your unholy therapist.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
tried it.
Yes, essentially.
yeah, unholy therapist. And you can, feel at ease. And of course, on Solana, there's a lot of sinners. There's also not a lot of utility on an AI utility on Solana. So, this is something a custom CA. This is not a move prompt launch or anything. This is all handwork and all groundwork just being done, as we speak. So, if you guys like it, go over that website and it will show you what to do. Go join the TG, and I will see you there. See you there. So you guys, if you have a ticker you want to shill, just leave it in the comments or come on stage. If you want to shill yourself, you're more than welcome to as well, right? But I really wanted to now move forward with GiveRep, right? Go to GiveRep, and it will give you. It is actually bound to the SUI ecosystem. Yep, let's pull up the website. Tick.
Let me
Hold on one
see.
second.
What's the ticker? Sui gift wrap?
No, it's giverep.com. Go to giverep. You get rewarded with attention token.
I apologize. This is the one we were talking about. I apologize. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back on page. So this is sick. This is alpha.
Yes. Social reputation layer for crypto users. Track engagement and build reputation on X/Twitter, right? Trophy score, engagement score based on views, likes, retweets, and comments on your tweet. Reputation points earned when user tags the tag at GiveRep in your tweets or through the loyalty program. Loyalty programs and tweets about them earns you more of these rewards, and you get rewarded from your favorite crypto project. That's what it says. And we have Potato Finance, Moonbags, Raiden X. But I have a ref link for Raiden X, so probably that, and then I get extra points because then you get one
Oh
point.
my god, guys.
What is going on? Did we rug?
Yeah. Look at the recent post, bro.
What's this? Bearish. Well, it was not something.
I thought it was something.
We thought it was something, it ended up
Whoa.
being nothing. Well, no risk, no gain. Let's face
I
it.
guess I'll check out the website now. Oh, fuck.
That's
Well,
that's something
now we
else.
can do our own research.
What the hell? Damn.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, the website's giving red flags. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Got me. Um,
Yeah.
well, I'm
Don't
done
jump
trading for
fast.
the day.
Well, you know what? It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So back to give.
Wait, what was that for, Wild?
Hmm?
What just happened there?
That was that was some shit token that turned out to be a real shit token. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, I wasn't playing with that. I got you.
Nothing new.
I thought you were talking about Give
Another
Rep.
thing on Solana. No,
Perfect.
this was corn shill, and
Yeah.
he did have a good ticker last time, right? And ape at always.
You win some, lose some. All good, all good.
Yeah, it might have been. It was actually called something. Might be something. It turned out to be nothing. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. All right.
Wow.
So
I've been waiting for like 2 months for that shit, too.
really?
Crazy.
Yes.
That is right. Well, what can we do? We live to trade another day. Yeah. So you got the website up of GiveRep. Still? Yeah. So here's basically what you do. It's the same as that Kaito token, right? So every time that you post and people respond to you, you get, and you're using the tag GiveRep in your post, and people who reply, you get 1 point for every reply. There's a leaderboard, and you get rewarded with attention token. And you get your reputation points, and then you can get more points if you shill the loyalty programs. Especially if you're a holder there, that's great. There's some community mind sharing going on, and so that's why we see more and more people using the handle give rep. So that's what that about. If you see that's on your timeline, right? Um, I see a lot of people now on my timeline suddenly using it. I was like, why am I late to this party? Well, not really late, it's just a week old. So, go ahead and get posting, right? That's what most of us do anyway. We're active on social media, so why not? And that's how it works. So go there. You can log in with your profile and start using the tag. I think it's bullish, right? And oh yeah, like I said, every time the loyalty program works a little bit different. If you are mentioning these projects in a post, you get 1 point for every 100 views. So not per comment, but for every 100 views, you get one extra point. And if you use give rep, you get 1 point for every comment that goes to that handle. So that's just the heads up there. Was there anything else, Tick, that we have on here?
On the give rep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really explore it yet like I should have. I glanced at it, and saw like what it was about, but I didn't really like understand how the rep process works. I didn't see that you just tag give rep on comments in order to increase that. I wasn't sure. I thought it was like a platform, like because I glanced over it, and so I assumed it was like a platform, kind of like a social, like a Solana social thing, like SoFi type of a thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, it's definitely the social aspect of it, like Kado is, right? And you can also, if you go to giverep.com, you log in with your profile,
yeah,
you can also open your wallet. The wallet is connected. Actually, you see your banner and your X name,
right.
right, in that wallet, and
Where's
that's
the
where you.
wallet? I'm on it right now, and I don't see the wallet.
All right, you
Oh, I
see a
see
little.
it.
Yes, you see that little wallito.
Oh,
That's
so the
your wallet.
wallet. So it's just an empty wallet.
Yeah.
So cool. So and then you can hold NFTs.
But it's connected to your, yes, it's connected to your Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah,
It's connected.
because
This
you can
is
actually see your name in the
so
banner.
unbelievably bullish.
Yes, I like it too.
This is the meta right here.
Very
Holy
smart.
hell.
Because I see them. I saw when I was in the Discord when they were talking about Sui Basecamp and everything, and I just saw give rep, give rep. But I just needed to work so much and was doing so much in my day that I had it written down and I never got to it. And so we're just discovering this like a few days later,
Is
right? So
it's unbelievably brilliant. Because when
yeah,
I first saw it, like even though I thought it was like some other platform, I didn't understand how it worked. I still understood like the premise, the basic premise of it, and I had that like moment where I was like, this is exactly what crypto needs. And this is something that I've been like wanting to like build something like this like myself. Like this is something that I'm constantly having ideas, and I'm like, okay, like
yes.
the world needs this. Okay, so how can I go about like solving this problem? What is the solution? Like how can I start formulating, constructing in my mind, like, okay, where do I start and how do I piece these parts together in order to make
And
this happen?
I'm not surprised that this is now on Sui, because Sui was all about, the developers from Miston Labs, which are this the team from Sui. They come from Facebook, and this is what these things they wanted to do with Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
but Facebook's so freaking anti-crypto that they left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And
a good thing. They brought their
it's
knowledge over to crypto.
literally
So
we could
bullish.
even just do a deep dive on like the how like essential this utility is, like I
Yes.
mean it just there we could just you could go on literally for hours about why this is such a great idea and why it's so needed. And like transparency is number one, because that's something that, like, even though crypto, it's to be anonymous and have your privacy, it also is very transparent, and you can see how much money is being sent. Like, everything is very black and white in those terms, as far as like being able to see the transactions and everything. So, and who holds what. And so transparency, is something in a world that's constantly being scammed, by something, it's like, just we're in an ecosystem that's full of rugs. It's like something like this where you have some level of accountability,
Yes, yes, and that's why they call it like that. It's like give rep, track engagement,
a
earn
reputation.
trophies, and build reputation, right? So you're building your reputation, and you're getting
So it's incentive.
attention.
It's
You're getting
incentive to do
attention
good.
token.
It's
Yeah, yeah. So we're all going to be attention whores on give rep.
Absolutely.
Whereas we're posting daily anyway, so
Yeah, I
might as
dropped a
well.
couple. So, Wild, I dropped a couple on your timeline. I went and commented a couple give rep just to kind of like test it out. I wanted to see, like, I'm sure I
Yeah,
can't
but
just.
what needs to happen is that, look, I'm going to test it out.
Oh, people need to comment on that post.
Yes, I need to comment on you.
So asking a question would be a good idea, or I could even ask AI XPT, who.
Yes.
Holy, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna say,
What happens?
this is a great idea, Wild, and then
So,
did
so
I?
I'm gonna just reply to you, hey Tick. Hey Tick. That's all I'm gonna say. And now, because it replies to you and GIFREP, you're now gonna get 1 point. So I do not need to your engagement. Your replies don't need to mention GIFREP. And it's not really, you cannot utilize it on big accounts and just comment underneath and be like, give rep, right? Because you need to have people replying to you. So where would we have these? Well, in our daily posts that we post ourselves.
Reply guys. Yes.
Yeah, the reply
So
guys, yeah.
so good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? What's your favorite ticker right now? What should I ape into? And then throw it at give rep on there too.
Yeah.
Everyone just thinks, what's that? What's
I forgot to do it with mine this morning, but I have like 130 replies or something, right? So I would get 130 points. And then if you join that loyalty program, which of course I have a Raiden X, if you go to my profile, you can see the Raiden X link. That's my referral link. If you later on like to degen on SUI, or you want to buy SUI tokens, it's like the Bull X for SUI, that's Raiden X. And they are actually in their loyalty program. So I can mention Raiden X and get extra 1 point per 100 views. Which if I would have done that in my Good Morning post, yes, that is on 1.6K views, I would have 160 points, right? So extra points. So that negates 160 replies, which would be much harder. And you guys, if you have your own Raiden X, you can actually share your own ref link in there too. So that's like a bonus, right? Get some signups there, because Raiden X is actually, I have earned so far almost $600 in SUI just from my Raiden X.
You're like, just from tick alone.
Over the last, yeah, that's not even all time, right?
Yeah.
All time is much higher. That's just from it works the same as BullX, right? It's the BullX for SUI. And I think everybody needs it, because you want to get ready if there's volume coming and degening on there, or you want to buy meme tokens, or you want to buy every other token that's on there, you can do so with Raiden X, just like you could with your BullX. So that's, hold on, I'm going to kill some birds. Suddenly they're quiet. Oh, yes. Yes, I got angry. Yeah. That happened.
So let me see. So what is a good idea as far as if I'm, because I use my Slush wallet, which was the SUI wallet, which I'm not very fond of. I don't even know how to read the chart on there. If there are, is there charts on that app? Do you have it?
That's why you use Raiden X, my guy.
Well,
It's just
I
like
do.
Bullets.
Raiden X
So
is so
yes.
like
So here's what you do.
the
You go to
UX. It's the
Raiden
UX that gets me. The user experience of logging on to Telegram every time I want to do it. It's like
No, you don't need to do it every time you need to do it. You can just being logged in.
every time it makes me like reconnect to Telegram.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that every time. It just logs you out uh, when you either log yourself out or when you restart everything. That's when it prompts you to do it again. Otherwise, you'll just stay hot. You just stay logged in.
Yeah.
Just like Bullets, right?
Yeah,
like
I've got.
Bullets.
What do I have? I've got a little bit of Nami on my Raiden X account because I told you one day I was like, oh, I'm gonna start it because I'm like I keep saying I'm gonna do it and like I never was actually following through, so I was like I'm actually gonna do it, and so I started it just like start the wallet, and so that's cool, and I'm glad that I did what I did because like Nami's like my entry was I got a good entry and I'm there at 337 with 4 zeros, so it's not like the greatest, but like I've seen it pump higher than this, and so and the way that the chart is like climbing, how it was climbing until it hit that little drop there, but I'm looking at the Nami chart and it's like such an awesome looking chart. I think that it's a very
yes, Nami's holding a good. You guys, I mean, you cannot. Yeah, somebody dropped it already in the TG.
And you know
It's
what?
gonna be tier one listing, so I can say it too. I cannot mention which one it's gonna be. That's all. But somebody already spilled some beans.
Hold on, repeat that last part so I could try to figure it out. Say it again.
Yeah, no, that was all I'm gonna say. The rest is gonna. Yeah, you cannot give out information on forehand, right? That's not done.
Hold on, but what does it have to do with it's a up and coming layer 1 that's going to be listed?
No.
I was confused.
No. Nami is gonna get a listing.
Okay. Oh, okay, awesome.
Somebody spilled that already in the TG.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, so I can say it too now because that's in the history of the TG.
So check this
I
out.
quickly removed the post, but everybody knows about it.
With I'm curious about LLJEFFY. That one got listed on like Binance, and right at the same time it got listed on Binance, it's just like all the liquidity got like cut out of it. It seems like or
well, that might also have to do. Well, that might I don't know how that got launched, but here is what Binance would need.
It was Deadman's. He said the Deadman's trigger.
Supply, and they probably would have had either an added LP or something, and then they need to take their tokens out of the LP and send them to Binance. Binance needs to have supply if you're listing, right?
Yeah.
So Binance is not going to buy supply of the chart. You got to give it to them. So on top of a bunch of money.
So I see.
Yeah.
So the market. So that basically is why the market cap drops.
Well, they got that listing, and then everybody sells too. So that's
Huh. Because it's sitting at 5.4 million, which is really low. There's only there's only 100 million tokens. So think about that.
Yeah.
That with scarcity at what is that? 1,000 times less, or no? It's 100 times less. No, it's 10 times less than normal. Normally there'd be almost 1 billion, right? 999 million.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
So if there's only 100 million of them on a token like that, there's no developer, there's no dev, that's the point. You read the white paper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad. Well, I mean, and like Corin was saying, maybe it's a LARP, but
Well, the same thing happened with Pepe.
really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So for DJs, this is sometimes bullish.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a legacy coin.
Yeah.
Like, and if there's only 100 million of them, that means that like 10 years from now, it's going to be worth significantly more than it is right now.
Yeah, if it's
Chances are.
around 10 years from now.
Why
See, if
wouldn't
there's
there
no
be though?
volume.
Oh, the volume, yeah, sure.
Because if there's no volume, Binance going to delist it, and then you lose that, and then
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen more good tokens on ETH not surviving. That would have had people were saying, oh, that's going to be around for forever. Yeah, yeah. Just be careful with these things, right? If you believe, you believe, but yeah. It seems
Yeah,
to be
well,
holding
that's
some
the
sort of
thing.
floor on 5.6 mil. It seems to be holding some sort of floor there. So
Not enough people know about it, I'm sure. How many, think about all the people that don't even think to click on the website, or don't, never heard of Zerebro, or don't know what Zerebro is or was. Zerebro was so groundbreaking in so many of the things it did. It was a revolution in crypto that just went like not. I feel like it was very much like under like appreciated. Like I feel like the significance of it wasn't really like expressed to people. It wasn't like advertised. And but what it was capable of, making music and art and like showing a different side of humanity as an AI agent, is like so, it's just so outside of the box. And like
well,
I
this is
wish.
the thing, Tick. You can have a very good project. You can have bomb utility. You can have, but it needs more, right? And it needs some dedication and
Yeah.
some love, right?
Yeah.
And some pushing. And that's hard work. That's hard work. That's that needs 24/7. These things are so.
And it's so easy to get
Sometimes when the chart
discouraged in
comes down,
anything, you
yeah, it's
know.
so easy to get discouraged. Or when
And
you can have a great launch with something and then not have market sentiment with you. That could be too. A volume on Solana is low,
yeah.
or this would have sent much harder. But these things you can't predict. So you got to work with what you have.
That's
Everything is easy in the bull run. You will see these things go and do much better, right? Or in alt season, right? Meme season, it's nothing, right? So just make sure you do not get wrecked on forehand. That's
yeah.
why I just say diversify the portfolio, stay some liquid, buy some things of people that are real, right? And hunt
You mean
along with
like
these
not AI
things.
agents?
Hmm?
People that are real. What do you mean
Yeah,
by that?
not a UAI tech.
Me?
I think I am.
I could.
I wish I was.
I was like LARPing as AI for a little bit. As I was like Soul XBT was my username, and I would just post like I was a bot with like news updates.
Yeah, Elon doesn't like that.
Well, that's why when you told me that, and you're like, don't be
Don't do
like
that.
portrayed as a bot because it's lowering your visibility. It was like when I was originally doing it, I didn't really care about necessarily that. Well, I did, but I didn't know that I was doing it backwards. So when you pointed that out to me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna change.
Elon does not like uh, repetitive behavior or anything that indicates that you are a bot.
Yeah.
So outside links, right?
Well,
Even
do you
DMs.
do you hold?
Don't do that.
I don't know if you hold AIXBT, but have you been watching it since I mentioned it?
I've been watching it. It's on my thing. The hibernate is on my
I
watch
I
list as well.
I was talking about it at 8 cents or 8.5 cents, and I was saying, I'm like, yeah, I think that it's like finding a floor right here, and it's gonna go back up to 10 cents, and then if from its all-time high at like 33 cents, or it might even be higher. But I was like, it was almost at $1 billion market cap, so it was at like 900 million, I think, and so yeah, no, yeah, it went up to 87 cents. So 870 million, three
Yeah,
quarters of a million.
these things, the whole market is kind of bleeding right now,
Yeah.
right?
So AIXBT fell with everything, but like if anything was gonna come back, like I always looked at AIXBT as kind of like an underdog that once you like learn about what it does, you're like, wow, that's one of the. To me, I thought it was so cool. I'm really like fond of AI and everything. I'm fascinated by it, and I think it's so awesome what it is doing for just the human
Well, I
race.
changed on my trading view watch list. I changed a few things around and have now all the AI tokens in one list, and so I can
Nice.
really see which ones are really pulling up, right? And most of them are actually on Solana, and I can see why, because it's bullish.
Well, TARS
Solana is
can't.
bullish, AI is
TARS.
bullish, right? And
Yeah, TARS.
utility is not that great on Solana to find, right? Hard to find. So
Yeah, impossible.
you see these tokens really when the market pulls, but then when the market is not pulling, they have that volume. That's why what I like about that SinAI is that volume is actually paying your rewards.
SinAI is awesome. I'm very
So
bullish on SinAI. I love it.
the volatility on Solana really helps then
Mm-hmm. The
the
potential
process of
upside.
improvement.
It's
Yeah.
like, woo.
So
When we pump, we're gonna soar. But yeah, looking at the.
just wait for it to happen.
I know.
And the thing is, the market sentiment is against us today very much. You can tell people are bearish.
Yeah, but I
This is
love it
just
though. I
yeah,
love it when
yeah.
it when
Me too.
it's
I
when
get
it
bullish
starts
here.
dropping like this. I get more bullish because I'm like, I think of the
Entries.
psychology of it, and like you're a psychologist, so it's like
Yeah.
you realize that when the price comes down, that it's a bullish sentiment
Blessing.
at
It's a
first
blessing.
because it's like, oh, my bags are dipping. But for people that are just getting into crypto, they're like, oh shit, this is my last time to buy Bitcoin at before it hits 100,000.
Yeah,
That's how I look at
probably.
it. There's so many people.
Or if they come in through a meme token, they're going to be horrified, right? And
Yeah,
that's what happens
but
then.
we that's why we need Bitcoin to pump. You know.
Well, that's Bitcoin needs to do it for all of us, but it's been busy doing that for a couple of years now. It's been in it. I think this is phase four of the Bitcoin is on a bull run.
Yeah,
Don't get
I
this
mean, we were
wrong.
just at
Bitcoin is on a bull run.
106,000 Bitcoin, $106,000 Bitcoin, just like yesterday. It feels like. Think about like the time moves differently on the crypto
Yes.
dimension.
You finally figured that one out. We all
Very
age quickly
differently.
here.
That's why you can't sit and like stare at a chart with laser eyes because it's on a different frequency.
Yes, it is. Don't do
Completely.
that though. It's not good for you. It's not good for your mental health as well, and you're going to be responsive to everything. So especially don't look at these 1 minute charts, especially not a
oh, but I'm looking at the TARS AI chart right now though, and I'm like,
yes.
it's really good. It's found this floor.
Yeah.
This is the floor that you were
I was
talking
looking
about.
for that floor.
You said if it comes down to 7.3, then that's kind of like a good signal that
Yeah. 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 That's
and
what I
then the
said. Still stand by it, right?
and that potential
RSI is pulling
upside.
down there too.
And we flip
Everything.
green on this hour candle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything comes back to the floor, retesting support. That's kind of what's needed. I see walrus deep. I've been waiting for
Yeah, I got some
those.
walrus. Walrus, I think is so awesome. But the thing that it's just I don't really understand. Like I don't. It's more of a B2B kind of platform that's for storage for like developers and stuff. I believe, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the one
Which
thing
is
is
going
I
to
don't.
be, yeah, it's going to be important on Sui.
Yes, but I don't see the utility for myself. So that's kind of as far as
yeah.
staking goes.
Well, then don't.
Because I wanted to
Then don't
stake
buy
it.
it.
Well,
Yeah, then don't
I
buy
like the
it.
potential upside though, because when it pumps, it goes up like 20% at a time.
Yeah, it rips hard with Sui.
Yes. Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta like something too, right? And have it. So deep is the
So
liquidity layer for.
that's for staking. That's what I'm thinking about is starting to do that. That's gonna be actually my next little bag that I'll do deep.
Yeah.
Because I really want to start staking because it's just so much better than a savings account.
Well, look, the thing with staking, I love staking in a bear market. I do not like it in a bull market because
Well, yeah, because you
being
can't sell. Exactly. And
Yeah.
so that's what I didn't want to do. I was looking at first, I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to stake some like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to box myself in. And like, if it's pumping and I'm like sitting there like, damn it, why did I do? Well, but it's not no, then you're too late. You're screwed if you're staking and you need to
Staking
sell,
in a
huh?
bull run is kind of not my thing because of that. Now, if
yeah.
you because I'm a trader.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at it differently and be like somebody in what low maintenance things, then these are the things you're looking for, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then for you, it's bullish. For me, it's like, no, we're in a bull run. I'm not staking anything.
Maybe
Yeah.
you were staking something over the summertime, right? When we get bearish and stuff, maybe that works. Uh, Not also not for me, right?
Definitely
That
some.
that 5 or 10% for me is
It's
not.
just
I
not
can
even worth
trade
it.
and do better than that. Yeah, right.
True.
So
That's what I always think too. I'm like, I see 8% even. I'm like, I think I saw one that was like 8.8% on Solana for I forget which one, and I was looking at that and I was like, damn, that's like, I'm like, that's pretty high. But like at the same time, it's like you can get
yeah.
30%
Well, there
just
are ones
doing
that give
safe
you.
trades.
Yeah, they're ones that give you a yearly API 25 or 30%, right? So, but over a year, I can make more than 30% with my portfolio, and if I do it right, I can 20x my portfolio actually,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So for me, staking is like, but for many other people, that would be interesting.
Well, you're not gonna
So
make one's not gonna make anything if they're not selling. You know.
no, I think if I added to a good liquidity pool, I would actually make more on fees there if I do the pool farming.
I need you've explained that to me and it's been like resonating with me and it's like one of those
Well,
things
we
that
need
I
to sometimes rehash some things. So, um, let's pick that up in another space
for
again then.
sure I really
Because
want to
sometimes you need to, you need to be on repeat with some things in order for you to fully understand what this is about.
yeah because I mean yeah because I don't understand it well enough but I see it like totally makes sense especially if you find something that like I mean you could even do a liquidity pool with Sui, correct?
Yes, with any token.
Yeah, and so with the Sui one, I feel like it has such a tight knit. Um, uh, I don't know, like I guess
So look,
stability is the word
when
word
you
I'm
are
looking for.
trading, when you are doing liquidity pool farming, you can open up your own pool. Actually, when you go to Uniswap or what's a pancake, right? Go on there. You can all of these V3s. They will
Yeah.
give you the option. They
Okay.
actually it's called liquidity farm.
Yeah,
When you go there,
I got
yeah, you can
Uniswap.
open a pool. Now it's important for a pool when you make the most in a pool is when a token moves sideways. So up and down sideways, right? Sideways shuffle. That's where you actually get most traded in the pool. That stability. And then you get a lot of fees for
Right. So
these.
that's what I was thinking. So would you agree then that Sui does move pretty sideways? Like right now, at least that now that it's kind of found its home at the 250 mark, and now it's gone up to like
Now,
the
I
320.
would say Sui is a little bit maybe too volatile
Oh,
for you.
okay.
Now
Something
you're
more stable
looking,
like XRP
yeah.
then.
Well, you're looking for either sideways or up, right? But the thing is that yeah, you can make more if something is stable being traded,
I feel like XRP
sideways.
is one of the most stable
Yes,
ones.
exactly. Why do you think XRP has so much added liquidity? Look at the pools. So um, and that also stabilizes the price. And then it's just trading in and out, in and out, in and out. And that in and out trading sideways, that up and down, gives you a lot of fees, right? Collecting a lot of fees that way without the volatility that you then gotta because liquidity pool trading is really nice, but you have to know what you're doing, because you cannot set a wrong price. Because if you do, the arbitrage will start between the pools. So most of the arbitrage trading is actually between liquidity pools, and that's a little more complex. There are bots that can do that, and I asked somebody like, "Hey, I want to kind of have a bot like you,"
Yeah.
because I met somebody who built their own, and they go for like $45,000. These
Dude,
bots.
no, because yeah, you can train AI models to do screen recording and
Yeah,
like
but this is so complex because it's not just one trade that these bots do, because that wouldn't make enough revenue. So they go trade this token on this, then they go to another pool to trade this for this.
uh-huh.
And then when they have this token, like cash like this, they go and trade that then for USDT. So it's like it searches these trades where it can do like 4, 5, 6 trades in one go, very fast.
Damn.
So that these are so complex, so
Yeah.
hard to build these too, right? Because it's not only the trading that it needs to execute, it's also it needs to look for these things. Yeah, constantly scanning.
Yeah.
So So there's the arbitrage. There's a lot between pools.
And you say they're only about 40,000.
$45,000 for
That's,
a bot.
but and then what's the potential? What kind of investment is this then?
Yeah,
What's the
there's a lot of money to
potential?
be made there. Yes, because it's constant.
If it's a bot, if it's autonomous, you just leave that thing on.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
mining.
Leave it on.
You're
Yes.
just mining
It scans
coins at
for
that
you.
point.
It executes for you. Yes, that's why it's so expensive. It's hard to build. That's why it's expensive and gives you a lot of return. That's why.
But
it's
if
a
you
lot.
can, but if you could almost say with like certainty that like you're gonna make that money back, then like that's not a, you know.
No,
then
you
it's,
still got to set up the bot, right?
yeah. First, I need to figure out how to set up a liquidity pool. So I would go on Uniswap, and then I can go ahead and connect my wallet, and then actually
You can open a pool. Yeah.
I want to make sure.
So here's the thing: you can also use pools not just with the token and the USDT, or that it's traded against, right? Or you can do it single-sided. So let's say I buy a lot of walrus, and now I want to sell my walrus through a liquidity pool. Why would I choose to do that through a liquidity pool? Well, because I can set a price range for that walrus to be sold in. So if I hold a lot of tokens on something, on a project, I would be more inclined to sell through a liquidity pool because I get the price that I want for every token that I own, especially if it's a lower cap. Because if I hold a lot and I want to sell it all in one go, there's probably going to be price impact, and I get 20% less than I would have if I would have added it just to a liquidity pool. Also, if I sell through a liquidity pool, it does not show red on the chart, so I'm not hurting the project. So all these idiots clipping, they are shitting on their own bag, basically, with the clip, and they're so dumb that it's dumb money that moves because smart money doesn't move this way. Yeah, because if it's a lot, right? If I hold a lot and I want to sell it, let's say I hold 3% of a project, that's a freaking lot.
Yeah.
Why would I do big sales on the chart and hurt the project? Because if I take that chart down, the rest of my tokens are going to be worth less,
Right.
right? And that can cost people thousands of dollars. So you don't want to do that. You want to add to the pool and then have it traded in the zone that price zone that you want to trade it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And so you get for every token, you get that price. You know what price you're getting. So you're getting making max gains there. You're making max gains, right?
Yeah. Well, something I think it was XRP just hit my buy zone. Well, for me, it's so high you're gonna laugh, but like I think it was like 217 or something, and I got a signal on my phone, and I was like, and I mean, I didn't want to buy any because I was like, right now, I didn't want to buy any XRP to hold it, but opening up a liquidity pool on it does seem like something I might want to do. So I was trying to see if I could do it on Uniswap, but I'm not seeing. Okay,
No.
yeah.
Because XRP is different this way. So that would be a total different conversation.
Yeah. Oh, it's at 212 right now. It's down another 1%. But you think so? Let me see. So on Uniswap, then. So I have Ethereum. I don't think.
Yes, everything on Ethereum is on Uniswap.
So
BNB, by the way. BNB is Pancake Swap. Sorry.
So if I go to Ethereum and then, what do I do as far as choose token? So I do Unichain ETH basically, and then
you can add to ETH, yeah, but you can also pick any. You can type in search and pick Pepe.
Pepe might be a good one.
Pepe.
Let me see. So there's Pepe on Unichain. Is it Unichain? Let me see. So add a hook, fee tier. Let me see. You will earn in fees. Best for most pairs. Best for exotic pairs.
You look for the pair that you want to trade in, and then you need to add as much Pepe as you USDT if you're doing USDT, or if you're doing Ethereum against Pepe, you could do that too, right? You have these pairs too, so you pick your pair.
Hold on, it says when creating I picked a pair of Pepe and ETH. And so it says when creating a new pool, you must set, hold on, I want to make sure this is streaming. So it says when you When creating a new pool, you must set the starting exchange rate for both tokens. This rate will reflect the initial market price. Market price not found. Please do your own research to avoid loss of funds. So this is the initial price for one Ethereum that I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to copy this equation into my browser, and then it equals what is that? 8044. So I'm going to copy this one, I guess. So, or no, I should get the exact number. Let me go in Kraken. So.
And then you need to put an equal amount of ETH to Pepe.
Right.
That is the equal amount.
So.
And then it starts trading back and forth, right?
Let me see back. Let me see. So.
So when your Pepe is traded, you're gonna get more ETH.
Yeah,
right?
reload.
And when Pepe so you're gonna get more Pepe.
Yeah. So.
And then you earn fees for that.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this in. So it's 0.000044 equals 1 Pepe, and so set price range for minimum price, and then max price.
That's why I'm saying, you got to get that right, or else you're gonna get arbitrage the hell out of it.
Shoot. Well, I can just pull the number off of Kraken though, right?
Yeah, you could.
Is that not a good idea, or what? How would you do it?
You gotta look at the. Hold on, let me see what. The. Let me see. So much. If I toss in Pepe, I get so much. Jesus.
Oh, and then they have pools that are already set up. What are these?
Yep.
Are these the same?
Yes, of course, because these are other people's pools, right?
Oh, is it a good idea? What about, is best to set up your own pool though?
No, you cannot trade anybody else's pool.
Oh.
That's theirs. Your pool is your pool. You gotta open your own pool.
So this is just to show you how they're performing?
Yeah, these are other pools. Some people just want to look at how many pools there are, and they can do that too. Your pool is shown on a blockchain just as much as anything else, right?
Yeah. Total APR 21% on this guy. Damn, these guys are killing it. This guy's got 28%, 38%. That's crazy. Huh.
Yeah. And then when Pepe gets more bullish, of course, your Pepe tokens are going to be traded out more, right? And on the downs, you get more ETH. So that's why I'm saying when something moves sideways nicely in these waves, that's where you make the most out of your pool.
Mm-hmm. So
you can set up a liquidity pool that is your pool, and you can use any goddamn token that exists.
Yeah.
To make a pool with. You do not need permission from token. You can add liquidity whenever you like, right? Because it's your pool. You got to add your tokens on both ends if it's a farm, right? So if you just want to sell, you don't need to, it's not required for you then to gun it with ETH, right? You gun it with Pepe tokens if that's what you're selling, and then you're gonna do single-sided liquidity. So I only put in Pepe tokens, and I'm gonna sell in that range, and then it will sell in that range automatically from my pool. So, but if you're doing farming, you gotta do both, right? Because there's selling and buying going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Pepe is bullish, the more Pepe will be bought from your pool. See?
Mm-hmm.
And you get fees for that. And anybody can add a liquidity pool. It's not something that a project only can do, or there's something else. No, it's your pool, your tokens, your crypto.
in this case your Pepe or ETH. So,
Mm-hmm.
or just to sell your Pepe tokens. You can set buy orders like, and do single side liquidity the other way and just put ETH, and then when it hits a range, it will buy from. But that's less bullish. Not many. We used to do that because sometimes off chain, decentralized, we couldn't really set limit orders. Now we have uh, Raiden X and we have BullX and we have these bots that can set these limit orders for us, but we never had that. So we always used to set a buy order through a liquidity pool. You would buy in the tokens through the pool and you would sell the tokens through the pool because it works like a limit order, right? Only it doesn't show on the chart.
Mm.
So now you can actually set a limit order with Uniswap too, and with Pancake and Sushi, that kind of. You can set these limit orders now there too. They changed that, I think last year. Yeah, but that was all new. It wasn't there before. You had to buy in then. If a dip came and you wanted
Right.
to be prepared for that dip, then you would have added a pool with Ethereum that would buy up in that zone, or if you want to sell single sided, you would sell in that zone. And I think the selling part is still very much applicable because we don't want to hurt a project, at least if you're a part of something, right? You still
Mm-hmm.
want to sell and you want to make the most out of your tokens. And if it's especially lower cap and your price impact, you always want your price impact to be within 5%. I
Mm-hmm.
like 3% better, tighter, right? So I don't want, because when your price impact is 5%, you're actually not getting, you're thinking you're getting that amount for your tokens, but you're not. What you end up with is less because you just shat on yourself for 5%.
Mm.
Because you're market selling, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what a market sell is. Yeah, you're taking a hit. And some of these retards that toss a 10K bag out the window and it causes a 30% decrease in the chart. They just tank their own bag for 30%.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, what do you think is gonna happen to the chart? You know, it's like,
Also, yeah. And if they hold something some more, they didn't sell all. You better wish you would have sold all then, because
mm-hmm.
you're taking that chart down, and now the rest of your tokens are freaking worthless as well.
Right.
Yeah,
You just you devalued your your
yeah.
initial investment.
You literally shit on yourself. Yeah, it's so dumb, but yeah, that's yeah. Well, that's just what it is, right? Let's just not expand on it. I see LB is in the house. LB, you want to come on stage and pin your show, which is going to be here a little later. I'm going to invite you up on stage. You guys got to meet LB. Such a great
Nice.
guy to follow. Give him a follow. Yeah,
Very
I
stoked
know
to.
them.
I
Yeah.
love having people come in here and
Yes,
meeting new
LB.
people and stuff. It's
Happy
awesome.
evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, hey Wilder, all good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Excellent.
We just went over the shilling part and then got into some technical stories, and then you tend to
Yeah.
all lose audience when that happens.
I know what is wrong with people. This is like the important part. To
Yeah,
be fair, no,
yeah.
I was having a listen. To be fair, I just woke up from a nap. As I have to have a nap before I do a spaces later. I've
Mm-hmm.
got one on tonight in just under a couple of hours. I'm just making some notes. You got to be prepared. Getting my
Yes.
music ready. That's like the
Mhm.
hardest part of the night. I'll be honest with you. Is
Yeah.
picking. Honestly, I drive myself mad. What song should I put on tonight?
What are we gonna listen to?
I'm not. I'm like, yeah, no, exactly. It's like I always have to pick a couple of songs. I had seven songs on the other week, and I'm like, yeah, I would never be a radio DJ. I'd be like, what do people want to hear? It'd be
Yeah.
2 hours later, they've only heard two songs.
Yeah, I was just playing some crypto songs, right? And we have some older songs too in crypto that I still remember. Damn, I just feel so old sometimes in crypto. Crypto old, I feel.
It does age you. It does
Yeah,
age you. I can't believe we're in May.
I can
We're in
believe it.
May, and we're
Yeah,
all sat here waiting for the banana zone.
yeah. For some green bananas.
Yeah, I've been seeing the videos from Raul Pal about his banana zone.
Yeah, about his bananas. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
excited. I'm excited. I totally agree with him. You know, we're definitely at the early stages. When they show that map where we're at.
yes.
So yeah, it's going to be a good few months coming up.
There's going to be a good few months. I agree. So far, my TA has been on point. And but I do not think in May we're gonna get another all-time high. I could be completely wrong, but I'm done, not seeing it in the chart right now. As soon as I see it, I will of course be putting that on blast. Uh,
Nice.
so we're gonna get a rejection from that all-time high. That always happens, you guys. It's just that, are we gonna get punished there? Are we gonna get, or are we gonna get just a slap on the wrist there, right? And if we get really punished there, then I don't see us with the time that we have before summer, that will rip another all-time high. Now, look, it's Bitcoin, right? So there is that chance that it can do it. I'm just not convinced. I see that more in quarter four, right? Um, as the expectation. And then what are we looking at? Well, there's all sorts. There's targets between 120, and there's a target of 194. But
Yeah, big numbers.
yeah,
I said last year 225 was my target, and I'll be honest,
yeah,
it's weird, but the whole everything's changed, hasn't it?
yeah,
To sit here and say, oh, we're going to be in a bear market next year, you can't. There's too much at stake now.
yeah,
It isn't just retail buying into Bitcoin alts. Well, no one's really buying that alts that much, but they have started, and I have seen Solana have got their own strategy, a bit like Solana's strategies. I can't remember what it's called. It could
yeah.
be that. Um, just there's just new players that have changed the landscape. So we could go into 2026
Yes,
on a high. We might see the usual Christmas, early January lull, but I think there's going to be Trump as well. He's going to have his midterms and things that are going to come up that he's going to have big emphasis on crypto.
yeah. And there is even a scenario in the cards where we are able to make another all-time high in quarter four, and then even make another all-time high in 26 again in quarter four. That's on the table too, you guys, right? So even though we all believe this is phase four and the last phase of the bull run, and it will do one more tippy toppy, there's a lot of bears that are then going to say, yeah, this is over, that was it, right? But if I don't see an alt season happening, that shit will just continue into 26 then,
I agree.
because we need to see that dominance drop significantly, much more than it did in November. That was not alt season. That 8% drop in dominance, that was peanuts compared to alt season. So, if I don't see that dominance dropping hard enough for it to be called alt season instead of a relief rally, right? For alt season, we need 20, 30% down. That's what we need. And if that's not happening in quarter four, then we're just going to continue uh, this whole thing into 26. And then it's just going to take longer for alt season to happen. And yeah, some people are really impatient with that, and be like, because I'm seeing some influencers for the last months already. Every day they're going like, yes, alt season's right around the corner. It's like, no, it's freaking not. The
Well, the same
dominance.
people will say it's over, who will turn around the following day
Exactly,
and go, "Yeah, we're on
exactly,
our way."
right.
It's all down to. I'll be honest. Looking at market share. Once we start seeing ETH move, and
Yes,
I think it's holding the cards at the moment. I'll be honest. In terms of the fact that it's $1,800 is embarrassing.
yes.
Um, in comparison, if Bitcoin's at 95K and you're at 1,800, have
Yes,
some
but
shame.
but but look, if you check the volume, LB, the volume is still half of Bitcoin, and it's been consistently so.
Yeah, it's just rapid fire in 2024 though for Bitcoin. That I think that's
Yeah.
one of the underlying issues. Um,
Well, volume is buying and selling, right? So
yeah,
there's in volume a little bit more selling on it, but volume is volume, and there's also this outflow of Ethereum that we need to look at, right? Where is that going? Where's the outflow of Ethereum going? And
There's a lot of people who are super bearish on Ethereum, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. Look, Ethereum has roads already built. Like, everything is built on Ethereum already. Most of the developers are building in Solidity. That's what they used to. It's very hard to turn these things around, right? Builders
Hmm.
space are used to what they're doing, and so that's why Solana has a hard time because it takes a lot for it to find a good developer in there that can code with Rust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's a different ballgame, isn't it?
That's a
Developing
different
on
ballgame, yeah.
Solana.
And that's why you see that on Solana, not really big utility things that you saw being built on Ethereum, right? And there's more there on Ethereum. It's just pretty big. So um, you have now these EVM compatible chains, and these are going to be keeping ETH alive. And I've been talking about Monad and Testnet right now that does the same fast parallel scaling as Sui against almost zero gas fees.
Hmm.
And their mainnet still needs to come out, and they're going to be the fastest one EVM compatible. It means that anybody who can code in Solidity can build on there. So it rubs these shoulders with ETH, right?
Well,
That's why it
I
goes.
was looking at the Gwei the other day. I've never seen anything like it. I actually couldn't believe it. The Gwei was like 0.43. I mean, yeah, it's wild. From that perspective, it's so low. I mean, I've never. You want to see. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to see Gwei back at you know 20 Gwei. You kind of know where you're heading, but we
Yeah.
are very weak at the moment in that area. And I know Vitalik has been looking to make some additions to the chain to benefit it, which I don't know if it's come into play. To be fair,
Yeah, yeah. That's why Ethereum. Why everybody says, well, Ethereum is not happening anymore, and because of that, and they're not wrong, but they don't see the technology, and they don't understand ETH when you say that, because there is a lot that other EVM compatible chains are making use of with Ethereum. So it's just not. Some people are saying it needs to fork. Could be a solution too. Anyway, Vitalik has then got to come on stage and arrange all that.
no, get him on.
Get around this.
I'm hoping for a celeb tonight. Actually, I've got
Yeah.
Sergio Aguero's brand. Well, he's like the founder and global ambassador, but he's got I mean, if he comes on, honestly, I will be starstruck because I'm a massive City fan, as you know. So I've got his boys headlining, and yeah, that'd be great if he turns up. But he's got his show coming out tomorrow on Disney Plus. It's like his biopic, his documentary all about him. So I know he's got shit going on. So hopefully, you never know, he could just drop in. That would be nice. I mean, that'd be amazing. I've already put his Aguero video on the banner.
Well, I just pinned your space up in the jumbotron for you, LB,
Oh,
so
amazing! Thank
everybody
you.
can set a reminder for it. It's going to be right after this one, or we should have closed already, but just kept it open for a little while more. What's the ticker? Yeah, we stream live. You're live right now on YouTube, TikTok, and on X, right? So we stream our spaces. If anybody comes chill in here, you'll be put on blast, right? And if you chill yourself, that's allowed too. We all need to be bullish on ourselves sometimes. So, yeah, guys, go ahead and check that pinned post if you want to get in there. There's always a lineup of some nice guests there, and there's some alpha to go around. So go ahead and what did I see? Chin,
Yeah, you got Chin.
Hyper.
I've also got a really really cool one. Actually, the second one coming up is Merch Minter on Ethereum. Actually, really nice project. Looking forward to having a chat with them. To be fair,
Yeah,
they're doing merch on demand. I think it's great for any project in Web3.
yeah,
So because obviously one thing about owning tokens in a project, you all feel you You look at your wallet, you know you're in, you shill it, but do you wear it? Do you wear the brand? Do you drink out the brand? You know, I see Boss Fam down there. Does Boss Fam have a Volt coffee mug or a hoodie? You know, and
Look, don't mess with the Vault Inu people. They probably have. They probably have.
oh, I've
Yes.
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I'm just using it as an example for Gulf community.
Yeah.
I know the
Yeah.
Volt guys.
And we
I'm
got.
just using it as an example. Today, it's all like
Yeah. No, it's very
instant
powerful. It's very
instant
powerful.
on Amazon, basically. One click. You don't have to do anything. It's all straight there onto Amazon through these guys who have been doing it for many years, which I
See,
think is
see
really
how
cool.
see how you mentioned the Vault Inu community. They're like, yes, yes. I bet you they even wear pajamas to bed with Vault symbol bolts on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
see, like, yeah, for real. Yeah,
100%.
Dojo Dog hats, right? I'm
Ball
after a hat.
cozy pillows and stuff.
Yeah, like onesies.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeping in onesies. Yeah, but that's great stuff. So it's like Insta, right, on Amazon. That's actually great
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing from them. It's good. I think they do it like different projects can have like monthly packages of what they can put on, how much they can put on, and all that. It all goes through like a portal. So all you have to do is like upload the photo, the design, and then you've instantly got all your merchandise and it's on the page, and they give 50% of it as a revenue share to the community, which is incredible. I think in the first week, only a couple of weeks old, they did like 3 grand revenue and give away half of it in the first week. So it's got some good people who haven't even. I'm in a KORing with them, and they've got some, good names who haven't even started yet. So yeah, I think it's a good
Money
one.
making opportunity. People hear that in this space. This is also a money making opportunity for you, just not as an investor. Yes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
things that you can do. I don't disagree. You know, if you wanted to brand out, you could be a community member and say, actually, I want to create. Because you get there's so many communities out there, and I think, and I think it adds to the benefit and detriment of, or the sentiment of how you perceive that project and how you hold it, and if you're in, you're in. I'll put I'll put the t-shirt. I'll wear the t-shirt if you know what I mean. But it's getting that t-shirt, away from when you turn your phone off and you turn your computer off. What identifies you as someone who might spend 10 hours a day in a certain project, that shapes you, because crypto shapes you as an individual. I mean, shilling them there. I'll save them for when I speak to them later. But I know I totally get it. I totally agree with it.
Look, I went above and beyond. I have had in Turkey, I have had my Pepe stilettos made, the Pepe green
Yeah,
with the Pepe ticker on the back with a big bow. And I have Bitcoin golden Bitcoin sneakers. I have black and white XRP Ripple sneakers, right, made. And yeah, I'm all about it. I'm just
amazing.
walking down the street with my Bitcoin shoes, but shilling Bitcoin.
Love it.
You guys need to shill Bitcoin wherever you are. I don't care what you hold. If you just hold a meme, just shill Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one that brings us the most money, right? That will be the one that will provide us the pumps.
Well,
I always love the Bitcoin.
it, there's 93% of the world that aren't in crypto. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but out of those 93%, I guarantee if I guarantee 70-80% of them, if you ask the question about crypto, they will say the word Bitcoin over anything.
Yes, over anything.
Anything at all. That's the first word. It's
Bitcoin.
probably higher than that. It's higher than that. It's the world
And
knows about it.
don't wait for freaking governments to start shilling your bag. That's not the way to go, right? Stop wanting Trump to say something. I mean, if he says something, it's bullish, right? Sure, but it's up to us, right? And when you're walking around, talk to people, Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is for them the safest thing to buy, anyways. So like, get some Bitcoin. Everything I do is to get more Bitcoin. It's my end game, right? So you got to shield yourself. You got to work for your own bags, right? And Bitcoin doesn't need governments. Governments need Bitcoin. So stop wanting to have presidents start talking about Bitcoin. You need to start talking about Bitcoin because we need to front run all of those. You got to be smarter. Yeah, shill your bags, right? And even if you don't hold Bitcoin, shill Bitcoin.
That's just going to be a thing. There,
100%.
yeah, there's not
100%.
enough Bitcoin, right? There's 95% of Bitcoin is being mined out already. There's only 5% left to mine, and then we got to deal with another halving. Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah.
I probably repost a Bitcoin magazine or a Bitcoin official account. Well, you know, the unofficial official account at least once a week. Always just drop it because it's important to
It's
amongst everything.
important. Yes, very much. I may need to do that too. Although I feel on X like I'm preaching to the choir a little bit there, but I am trying to. I go to the Bitcoin conference here in
You never.
Amsterdam.
It's funny. You never know. Here's a funny one.
That's true.
Actually, you never know who's looking. And actually, today someone added me to a list, and I thought, oh, lists. Forgot about those things. Oh my god, I am in about 50 lists. Yeah, dating back the last 15 years, I've been on Twitter X, and some of them are like because I used to have this account and I used to be in like business and aviation, and I'm in some mad accounts like football accounts, like Man City have got me in a list, and I'm looking through it and I'm thinking, actually, I'm showing up in all these different lists that aren't even crypto. I'm still in there. I'm in these lists. For the first time I had a look through it, and it goes back so far. Never even thought to look at like lists. Like, it tells you what list you're in and stuff like that. It goes back all the way from the beginning, and you've never left them. And these are guys, these are people like you say. So if I did a repost of Bitcoin or I shall I show or whatever, it isn't going to my followers or the people in this environment. It's going to anyone who's seeing it. There's thousands of people in some of those, and it just pops up. So yeah, bet you didn't know that. Oh, you probably did know that.
Yes, I did.
I know. I've not even looked for a long time. Years. I
Yeah.
haven't even looked for years.
Sometimes I tend to look at it a little bit more than other times, but I try to, yeah, keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have the last guest then on stage is Millie. Tick, if you want to go ahead and pull up the Millie website for us, or its Twitter, or anything that we could show Millie for on the live streams on TikTok, on X, and on YouTube. Let's go, Millie. How was your day?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gents. No, I appreciate you bringing me up here, but yeah, I just want to come up and show some support, show some love. Appreciate what you had to say, LB. Never met you before, but nice to hear from you, and maybe we'll connect longer term. But I wanted to just shout out to you guys and let you guys know a little bit of update on Millie. So we are actually minting our first NFT collection next Wednesday. So there's a certain tier list. We have free mints for the top 25 holders, and then the rest is VIP list for the holders. So if you hold any Millie tokens, even if it's just a little bit, we're gonna do a screenshot here before we mint, and whoever holds any Millie is gonna be on the VIP list, which will actually get you an earlier mint, a cheaper mint. You can actually mint more compared to like all the white lists for the collaboration. So we really want to take pride in the people that are actually holding the tokens and supporting us since day one. Whether you're an OG or whether you're just finding us now. So appreciate your guys' support. We're launching on Animal Lodge. Jeez, I can't even talk. Animal Labs Launchpad next Wednesday. So we're gonna have some more spaces here coming up. Some pretty cool collaborations, pretty cool stuff coming out as far as what we're building and our continuation of what we plan to do in the long term. Because I come from like the OGs of the Sui network. I've been over here for like a year and a half now. And the biggest thing, I was in a space last night and I actually had to like defend meme coins because obviously we're running a meme coin slash community token slash NFT project. So longer term, how do you keep the longevity of these projects? You have to have some type of continuous stream of revenue or some type of, you don't want a big pump and dump, right? You want to continue. Like that's what this has been like a slow and low grind for us. And, we've been here for 11 months now, but, I'd rather do the slow and steady wins the race and, pump up and pump back down real quick. So, but yeah, how do you build longevity with some of these projects? And, that's why we intertwined supporting IRL dogs. We're intertwining the NFT project to the community token. We have some algorithmic trading bots so you can stake and get some rewards. So we're just trying to keep it all interactive, have fun with it, support some IRL dogs. Obviously, you get the Sui play coming out. We're hardcore gamers. We're going to be having leaderboards. We'll have a clan. We'll have a community. We'll have a team. We'll sponsor tournaments. and also with the trading realm. We're doing a lot of educational pieces on trading, and we want to onboard Web 2 to Web 3 via Millie merch and a lot of these sponsors that we're going to be doing. So the first donation that we're going to be doing after we launch, 30% of the NFTs is actually going directly back to support IRL dogs. None of this actual mint is going back to the team. It's all going back to the community, to the Millie holders, and back to IRL dogs. So, this is a project that I designed by myself. Millie is actually my dog. All the gifts, all the giveaways, all the art came strictly right out of my pocket. I haven't had any handouts. I haven't had any, I don't ask for anything. I just want to build this community up. I'm a down to earth dude that wants to support dogs, wants to game, wants to trade, wants to build, wants to create this, hub for people to kind of come in and like, oh, what is this? Oh, I love gaming. Oh, I love trading. Oh, I love to support dogs. And, we're all open arms and we want to educate and teach people. Like you said, there's only what, 4%, 5% of the whole entire world in crypto. So a place to onboard and support IRL dogs, and at the same time, have a down to earth community. This is kind of what we've been branding and building. This isn't just a community, it's a brand, right? So but yeah, one of the first OG meme coins before memes were even memes over on Stewie. So longer term, we're gonna keep that pride. As far as like other meme coins that come out, over a year ago, I don't see a whole lot of them. They're starting to pop up now because obviously the traction in Stewie, and they're seeing some of these meme coins take off. But consistency is key, and that's what we've been. We show up every day, we grind every day, we get devs on board, we got a couple cool dApps that we've been working on, trying to integrate the NFTs with the token as well. So, we're builders. We're here to build. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. We're here to help. And that's what the vision is. And I just think long term, you got to have the longevity. And again, we've been here for 11 months now, building, and we just want to continue to build. So I'm going to stop rambling, but I'm just super excited because we're finally minting next week. We've been waiting since March,
I can hear it in your voice,
and
really. I can hear the excitement. Finally, the
I'm
mint
pumped.
is
Yeah,
coming.
we've been waiting for access to this launch pad since the beginning
Yes,
of March,
I know.
and
It
we've
took a
been
long
pushed
time.
back for 2 months. So trying to keep the momentum, trying to keep the ball rolling, because everyone's excited for these NFTs, right? And
Hmm.
not to mention all the airdrops, not to mention all the giveaways and everything else too. And this is the Genesis, the OG collection. So if you're an OG back in the day and you want to represent the OGs, like this is going to be one of those collections, right? So
Yeah, that's so cool, and it has so much relevance because you're actually your dog Millie was a rescue dog, right? And so you're giving back to um, the rescue dogs. That is just that is a thing that people really like and really enjoy, and really being authentic this way. And it is the oldest project that survived on Sui, right? You were there where there was no techie tech at all, right? For
yeah,
years.
there was no launch pads for meme tokens. You had to
No.
generate your own token. You had to
Yeah.
launch an LP 50/50. You had to figure it out all on your own. And like
Yeah. No
through like
trading
trial
bots,
and
no
error, right? Yeah.
volume bots, no nothing, right? So
No.
that's you come there on the barren land and you set up camp with Millie, and that's something that needs to be respected. I think Millie is heavily undervalued. You guys look at that if you, especially if you're looking to mint something good and mint an NFT on Sui chain. Then if it doesn't take much to be a big holder there actually, so go ahead and if that's your thing,
No,
it
it's
would
super
be
low. And again, we
yeah,
only have 1,000 NFTs. And once again, I said
yeah.
we're gonna do a screenshot on any of the holders. So even if you hold like 1,000 tokens, it's equivalent to a couple pennies, right?
I
You're
mean,
still gonna
look,
get on
that's
the
ridiculous.
screenshot. And
Yes, you guys, for a little money, you can go ahead and have a mint party, right? And I think that is
yeah.
just already worth it. I'm actually gonna get some more later on. Write it down, open my Walito, and yeah,
Another thing
that's
too, I'll
big mint.
mention is there's a royalty on this NFT of 9%. So 9% royalty is going back to a dog fund. So that foundation, that fund, the secondary. So if people are trying to, grab certain traits they like, the secondary market's actually going to be moving back into the treasury that's going to support these IRL dogs. So again, nothing's going back to the team. It's just going back to support these IRL dogs. And we're also going to like monitor on the website. So like say the mint's over, we make 10 grand to support the dogs. Anything on that secondary that's going back in for the revenue for the royalties is going to build up onto that, and
Yeah,
then we'll try to figure out whether we're going to do any DeFi with it or what percentages we're going to allocate for certain donations, and just kind of have fun with it, right? We want to do
bullish.
interactive stuff. I'll kind of give one of the things. So we're going to support you know shelters. We're going to support dogs in general, like any type of dog. So the one thing I just found out the other day is you can actually buy a vest for some of these police dogs, and the vests are like $1,600. So that might be one of our
Wow.
first. That may be one of our first giveaways. The state is actually has like some type of nonprofit, and Millie actually might personally go hand deliver a cop vest for some of these
Oh, that
police
would make
dogs. So
such nice content too.
yeah, I know, right?
You film all that?
The only issue is Millie doesn't like the vehicle, and it's like a 3-hour ride, so that'll be
Oh well,
interesting. But
Millie just need a chill pill.
yeah, but
Really
no, we
nice.
want to do it interactive. We want to have fun with this, and what better way to do it than. And it's hard to find the real ones in the space, and I truly believe like if you support this, you're probably going to be a chill, down to earth person, and you can relate to us, and that's what we want to do. We want to find the people that relate, that want to build, that want to grind, that want to support, that want to educate.
That's what you want because
Yeah,
there's
we
so
don't
many
need.
options. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Also, you guys, Millie has a fantastic trading group because they like to make good trades, right? And they're making good trades. So check that out too. Just go check out Millie. Millie's in the Discord mostly.
Yeah, we have the
Right?
Discord. The Telegram's open, but I'm trying to push everyone over to Discord just because we can screen share and it's a lot
Yeah.
more user friendly. And we also have an alpha group on X where a lot more people are active. Some people don't like Discord, which is fine. But yeah, for trading and stuff, we trade every day. We do a lot of insight, do a lot of technical analysis. We'll drop the charts, drop some trading insight, and just kind of, like I said, go on the Discord, screen share. Maybe do multiple people doing TA and just kind of see if we can kind of come up with a common interest of where we're kind of head. And I love just networking and trying to brainstorm with other people like that too. So education and everything is super important over with us.
Bullish, bullish. So head over to Millie for all of that. Also, if you want to have a little bit of a mint party and have all these benefits that Millie mentioned, right? For being a holder, even if you are not the biggest holder, right? And go over there and make yourself a little holder there and have some fun, right? So go ahead and
Appreciate it. Well, and then once we have our mint party too, you guys are all more than welcome. I'll have like a kind of a big announcement and
I'll
set a
be coming.
reminder and stuff for everybody. And
I'll be coming.
But yeah, we got a Sui Play giveaway. We got Ika NFT giveaways. We got Anima
Yeah.
giveaways. We have a lot of prizes and a lot of giveaways to just show our support. And again, this whole project has strictly just come straight from me. And I've been the one supporting this whole floor with the token as well. It's just I'm playing the long game. I'm super bullish and super supportive on like the Sui ecosystem. So. First mover advantage. Why wouldn't you just continue this journey, right? And I'm having fun with it. We're all having fun. We're trading. We're gaming.
I
We're
know
waiting for the Sui
that
play.
Sui, of course, Sui is a new layer one, so it's volatile, and people still need it. It still needs to build some trust, even though it's super bullish, right? What's going on there? And every time Sui pumps, all these tokens will pump along with. So there's something to there. There's ugly volume coming for these projects on Sui. So you got to grind it out, and the grind is long, right? And it was a very bearish winter for the tokens on Sui. So, but yeah, they will get it back for sure. The ones that are alive and active and working, especially like Millie like that. I mean, no brainer right there. So with that said, you guys, I'm gonna just take. Are you still here?
Yes. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've got the Millie chart up right now, and
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
was.
let's get the Doginal Dog website up because I'm gonna close out
You
the
know what?
space.
Yeah, we can do that. I do want to bring up that Millie, the website, does need some love with the links. Some of the links are, let me see. I was having difficulty finding a CA at first. And so when you go to buy Millie, it takes you to hop.ag. I was having trouble with this. I don't know. Yeah.
Thanks for mentioning that. I was actually just talking to the dev today. We're going to link up this afternoon and get everything for the website needs a little bit of upbringing. But the best thing I would recommend for if you're looking at the chart, go to Aftermath. If you go to my profile in here, my link tree, the link tree is probably the best as far as links. So check out my profile, go to the links, and then if you go to the Aftermath, it'll actually aggregate all the LPs. For some reason, like Dex Screener doesn't aggregate the Aftermath pools. Another thing too is if you guys hold any and you're holding long term, there's a 3-month to 1 year farming opportunity on Aftermath. So if you have any in the pool, the Aftermath pool, if you're staking any Millie in Sui, you can actually farm more Millie in the farm pool We added 1% of the token supply for the farm. So if anyone's holding long term, I know a lot of OGs and stuff have been putting in. So that's just another way to show our support and appreciation to the guys that are holding.
Very bullish.
But
Very
agreed,
bullish.
Tick. We do need a little bit of a facelift over there, and
So
we
you got
got
to
to.
come back tomorrow or
Yeah.
the day after when the website's fixed, and we'll go show
Oh,
it
for
again.
sure. We got a
Yeah.
Medium article that should be published tonight, and that'll give you more of a breakdown on the NFTs and the
That's what we
project moving
need.
forward.
That's what we need. So, some things need to be mentioned more than once. That's how it works in crypto. When you hear it a lot, you get more bullish. So please join us next time, or anything before that mint, so we can give out the information for the mint, and it will be easy accessible to people.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You're always welcome, Millie, on stage. Tick, can you pull up the Dojo Dog website, because now I got to do my little shill, besides Nami.
There we go.
The Dojo Dog, Dojo Dogs, you guys, you must have seen them all over X. They are engaging with everybody. It's like, the dog pound opened its doors, and here we all are, right? And that's a free mint. This was a free mint with now holding a floor of $2,000. And there are even dogs, worth $20,000. They can go crazy depending on the rarity. And you see all these dogs below here in the space, right? And yeah. However, the magic touch around this um, community is not only the amount of education within the community, right, and being alive and engaging on X. It's also the fact that some projects might just halt a little bit when the prices of these floors go up, and it becomes unattainable for regular Joe who wants to be a part of the community but maybe does not have the money yet to buy an expensive dog. And that's why it has, under Doginal Dogs, it has these awesome starter dogs, you guys. And so you can wear a starter dog like Tick has. You can start with a starter dog. You get some bullish stuff that you can post with, and you can change your banner to yours, right? You can all do that in the website, and you can start joining the community for free without having to buy the NFT. And maybe you want to go and try that out first and then buy an NFT, or maybe you want to save up for an NFT, because the community will always, the Bark Media course, branding course, will actually help you get monetized on X. So maybe you can save up for it, right? But anyway, any starter dog is welcome. And I think that's the magic for this project. So check that out. And also, when you're on there, yeah, look over the doggy market to pick a dog, right? So normally we always board one in this space. But we're not doing that today. We're going to close out this space. LB is going to start his space soon. So he's going to move over there. All right. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and showing up again. As usual, we're here on the daily. And yeah, let's go play it. Let's go play it. I have trouble with the music too, LB. You see that?
I'm still picking a track.
So I see you, Millie. Thank you for coming and coming.
Yeah, thank you guys. I send you a follow. I'll be when's your space coming up pretty quick. I'll join that.
Yeah, drop in, man. Up in an hour.
Yeah.
See you then.
Okay, cool.
It's right up here in the Jumbotron. Set your reminders for this, for the LB show. Lots of little stickers on there. I see SinAI is joining that one too. So Millie, thank you for coming, and bring that project again when the NFTs, get the information. LB, thank you for stopping by. Good luck on your, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know. I'm going to try. Thank you, Bob Inu community. Thank you for the dog showing up, right? And everybody was here. Follow each other. Stay bullish on yourself. Thank you, Tick, for co-hosting again.
Thanks again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by.